don't you dare, ref. That she got the ball.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur, and in this video, we are giving our reactions to our lovely fellow creators across the Spurs community. They've sent in their channel predictions ahead of a huge clash against Newcastle United, one where we have received plenty of spankings before going over to their place. Let's hope that this time, maybe some of our creators can inspire some confidence that's going to be very needed ahead of this game. But Dave, before we get into this, any words of maybe encouragement for our creators? Any expectations, any predictions that you're hoping to see?
Yeah, I would say it's going to be pretty nervous. We're all well aware of the curse at St. James's Park. It'd be very interesting to see what the confidence is like heading into this off the back of the 4-0 win against Everton last weekend. So I'm interested to see what they have to say, Jack, today.
Yep. And if you can for us, everybody, do smash that like button, get to the comments below, and also as well, do check out all their respective channels, which should be pinned in the comments as well. But let's get into this. We're starting off first with Mitch. He sent in his prediction. He's going to be making our debut on these channel predictions.
Dave and Jack and everybody over on the Irish Hotspur YouTube channel, we all know that it's going to be a tough game this weekend, away to Newcastle, a ground that we have notoriously struggled at over the last couple of years. Fun fact, during that 6-1 loss to the Magpies a couple of years ago, I was in the middle of running the London Marathon and I kept getting notifications pop up on my Apple Watch saying that Newcastle has scored goal after goal after goal. But this year, I'm hoping it's going to be different. I think we are in a much better place than have been for the last couple of seasons. Hopefully, Dominic Solanke can be fit and available, ready to go for us on this trip to St James's Park. And I really, really think we're going to come away with something. I think based on the performance against Everton and the commanding win, of course, this is a much bigger test. However, I think we are going to be up to the task, especially with Arsenal around the corner. We need to be getting into gear and performing for these big matches. And for that reason, I'm going to go for a very tense and a very tight 2-1 Tottenham victory. I'm going to go Heung-min Son to get on the score sheet again, and I'm going to go for James Maddison bagging his first goal of the season. Let's hope that scoreline becomes a reality, and come on, you Spurs.
Nice one, Mitch. Very good. And Dave, if you were ever running a marathon, I think maybe one day I could consider doing that. But if I ever were doing a run and I was getting that many notifications of Spurs losing, I'm pretty sure my pace and my time would have gone way down. So I hope that Mitch was able to stay motivated during that marathon while receiving all of those notifications of that huge defeat. He wants Sonny to score. He's expecting Maddison to grab his first goal of the season. And he's also kind of hinging his prediction on Dominic Solanke hopefully being a fit and available ahead of this one. Any reactions to Mitch's prediction there?
Yeah, I mean, if I was to run a marathon, Jack, I think they'd actually medically rule me out for my own safety, to be brutally honest with you. And if I was allowed to do it, I think once I got the 6 notifications inside the 21 minutes, I think I would have just veered off into the nearest pub and started drowning my sorrows, to be brutally honest with you. So fair play to Mitch for completing that. But look, he is right. It is going to be a tough game. It is a game where we are going to need our leaders to step up. He did say Son. He did say Maddison, captain and vice captain. Like he said, St James's Park, notorious tough place for Tottenham to go over the last few years. So the leaders will have to step up. They will have to show that fight and probably will have to be the ones to get us over the line. And I hope they do, because we need that sort of morale boost heading into that North London derby, Jack.
Exactly right. Thank you, Mitch, for sending in your very first prediction. But now we're going to move over to Sonny Snelling from Sonny Talk Spurs. See what our man Sonny has to say.
What's going on, Dave and Jack? It's Sonny from Sonny Talk Spurs. You want my prediction for Newcastle United versus Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. I'm wearing my Lionel Messi t-shirt because we need the GOAT to bring that energy, because we struggle up in, Tyneside. It is not an easy place to go. We've lost there in 2 consecutive years and absolutely been battered in 2 consecutive years as well. Although we've come off of what I thought was quite a good performance from a lot of individuals against Everton. I know it's a poor Everton side, but we went out there and got the job done. And a lot of the players who had dipped in form looked a bit back to their best. But they've got to show it against a good team now. And I say a good team because I watched Newcastle against Bournemouth and they were dreadful, and lucky to have 11 players on the pitch. Joe Linton should have been sent off, and I wish he was, because he always seems to score against us. And also, they were lucky to get out there with a point. That goal for Bournemouth should have been allowed. It wasn't a handball, in my opinion. So all that being said, I think we're going to give them a good game, but I think the points are going to be shared. So I'm going to say it's going to end 2-2. I think we're going to be able to score against Newcastle because their defence is a bit weak. But I still think it's early days in this season for us to really get some form together. And I think up at Newcastle, you take a draw based on our form up there. So, yeah, 2-2 draw, lots of goals. Mr. Desmond 2-2.
I definitely would take a Desmond, Dave. I'll be honest. It's just been such a haunting place for us of recent times. We've seen our own goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris, give up halfway through the game. That's how bad it's been going up against Newcastle. Isak as well is someone that just sort of strikes fear into me. He's scored plenty of goals, it feels like, against us in this fixture. What do you make of a 2-2 draw? A Desmond, would you take that, Dave?
I want to go and win. I think we really have to win if to head into that North London derby with confidence and really go and give Arsenal the game. So for me, I do think we have to win against Newcastle. However, a draw, at least we're starting to get a foothold up at St James's Park, and it's a platform to be able to build off. So it wouldn't be the worst case scenario. But like I said, we're going to have to be up for the battle. We're going to have to be up for the fight. One thing I know that Eddie Howe has done over the last 2 years, regardless whether it was Conte or Postecoglou, he has sent his team after us to press nice and high and put relentless pressure on us. We're going to have someone that we can have an outball to be able to hold it up and learn our lessons from the last 2 seasons up there. So let's wait and see whether we have that option. Whether we have that, but we are going to have to be up for the physical battle. We're going to have to earn the right to play. It's not going to be an easy game, just like Sonny says.
No, definitely not. And I think a lot of Spurs fans are going into this one with definitely some fear, at least of some kind. But we're going to move swiftly on to, after hearing Sonny's prediction, onto Kate, just a girl who loves Spurs. Let's see what she has to say. I'm curious what hers might be. You never know. She might give us a win.
Big up, Dave and Jack, and everyone at the Irish Hotspur. Please, before I do anything, smash a like on the video and subscribe to these gentlemen. It's Kate here from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Still absolutely buzzing from Saturday's game. Jimbo and I were lucky enough to go to see us smash Everton 4-0. Some really good performances, in my opinion. I thought Odebert, however you want to say it, had a great debut. I thought Kulu was very, very good in the middle again. Sonny, everyone says he's lost pace. Wow, when I saw him, he didn't look slow to me. Van der Ven, just immense, that run he did. Romero was hungry, Biss was hungry, Porro, do you know what? I was just really impressed with what I saw. I had it in my head I was going to go for a Newcastle win, because the last couple of seasons has been a difficult place for us to go. But I saw enough on Saturday to say we should get a draw at the least. So I'm going to go 2-2 and hope that I'm wrong and we actually win. But with betting with my head and not my heart, my prediction is saying 2-2. So I hope that we go up there, show them what we can do. The boys put on another great show. And Newcastle aren't exactly firing yet, so there's no reason why we can't get at least a point up at St James's Park. But big up, Dave and Jack. Thanks for asking me to do my prediction. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Great come on, you Spurs at the end there from Kate. And back-to-back Desmonds, Dave. I mean, I think she's right. You have to take some confidence from that Everton game. You don't want to also take too much confidence and think that we're just going to go up and smash Newcastle. But she saw some good things from Sonny. She felt like Porro as well is starting to heat up. And we know James Maddison, I'll be honest, someone who I've been critical of, has started to look a bit better in the last few games. She kind of has a quiet sort of humble sense of confidence going into this, that we could pick up a point and get back-to-back Desmonds, or at least we got back-to-back Desmond predictions, should I say, which I'm happy with.
She's a very wise woman, Jack, to be brutally honest with you, because she mentioned a lot of the players there. Nearly everybody had a really good game against Everton. It was the first time we've seen under Ange Postecoglou a full 90 minutes where we've absolutely dominated. You have to replicate that up at St James's Park again at the weekend to be able to try and get a win there. And that's going to be a very hard thing to do, to have everybody at the races again. So, look, the betting man does seem to be going for Desmond. Maybe it's not a bad idea, me running down to the bookies in a few minutes, putting a fiver on that, Jack, if we keep getting them Desmond predictions. But also, I absolutely love the little smirk on Kate's face there from the win at the weekend. Can tell she's absolutely buzzing. She's glowing. Thank you, Kate. Appreciate that.
Great prediction there from Kate. And do check out her channel, please, everybody. Just a Girl Loves Spurs. Both her and Jim, both great people, and have been very kind to us over these years. So please show them some love and some support. Let's move over to Marlon from Spurs Kings TV. Dave and I love his predictions because sometimes it ends up being wrong, sometimes it ends up being right, but we're always very fearful of what Marlon has to predict each time. So let's see what he has to say. Spurs Kings TV is his channel.
Dave and Jack, hope you are well. It's Marlon from Spurs Kings TV, and this week it's my prediction. You would get me on for a prediction when it's Newcastle. Thanks, boys. Thank you. So, my prediction this week. Am I confident? No. Do I think we'll win? No. However, I'm going to put a slight positive spin on this. Newcastle's 2 fixtures so far, they haven't struck me with confidence, right? And I know they're going to be up in their game because it's the first technically big club coming to them, so they might up their game. But I've got a feeling they're still trying to get their season started. I think the result against Everton was expected, and it's good that the boys got the result. But I am going for this week, I'm going for a draw. Now, I'm toying between 1-1 or 2-1. So I'm gonna go 1-1, and I think we'll go 1-0 up, and I've got this strange feeling we're gonna concede a penalty or from a set piece. And those are the 2 things at the moment that I'm a bit worried about. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I was thinking loss, but actually after Newcastle's result this weekend, I'm going for a draw. So 1-1. That's my prediction. Peace out.
Thank you so much, Marlon, for sending in that prediction. 1-1 draw, Dave. I mean, we got 2-2s. Now we're getting a 1-1. Seems like everybody has draw on their mind, and I'm happy with it. Like I said, you might call me shameless, might call me a loser for this one, but I kind of take a point against Newcastle. I really would. And he was, leaning towards a 2-1 as a possibility. He thinks that we'll concede from either a set piece or we'll concede from a penalty, and also both seem very realistic predictions there from Marlon. What do you make of that one?
Definitely not going to score one because we don't get penalties given our way. So I would think, it's more likely that Newcastle will get a penalty in the game than what we would. But I would say, Jack, slowly, Marlon is starting to become a little bit more positive. He's not predicting as many losses anymore. He's starting to believe a little bit more in the project, which is good to see. So keep sucking in that good UK air, Marlon, because the Spanish air didn't do it for you. The UK air seems to be will work a lot more for you. So keep sucking that in, my good man. And hopefully we can get the point, because then, when we go to Marlon again, he should predict the win, Jack.
And then maybe if Marlon ever joined you on the Irish Mountains, he'll start predicting 4-0s and 5-0s. You never know with who in the
I'll
outside.
have to put him into A&E. He won't be able to handle that sort of air, Jack. Send him delirious.
Pick up to Marlon and check out Spurs Kings TV. Great channel. But let's keep it moving, everybody. We're going to go on to our next prediction, which is going to be the one and only Dermatron. And Dermatron, he's the guy who usually finishes it off for us. Let's see what he's going to go with this time.
Hey guys, this is Dermot, aka Dermatron from thfc till I die. This is my match day prediction of Newcastle United versus Tottenham Hotspur, St James's Park on Sunday. Look, we haven't had great results up there in the last couple of seasons. I think psychologically that might be on the players' minds going up there. And I think there was a performance, there was a victory up there. But Newcastle haven't started well. We have, though we played a good 60 minutes against Leicester. We played 90 minutes good football against Everton. So, look, we can do it when we want to. I think we'll have to drop Brennan Johnson now, guys. And I think it's got to happen now. He's not producing anything for us on the wing. So try something different out there. And look, for me, I think if Tottenham can play the same way and dominate the game like we did against Everton and Leicester in the first 60 minutes, then I'm going for a 3-0 Spurs win. And it'd be a good way to go into the international break with 2 wins on the draw. I would have taken that at the start of the season, and I'm sure other people would have done as well. Thanks a lot, lads. Come on, you Spurs, and Big Andrew, we trust.
Certainly. Big up to Dermatron. Do check out his channel, THFC Till I Die, nearly on 2K as well. So please, get him up to the 2K as well. Show him some love, please. But Dave, he's gone for a 3-0. And as much as it is a typical Dermatron 3-0 prediction, I actually liked a lot of what he had to say about maybe dropping Johnson, put in someone like an Odebear, if we can replicate that 60 minutes that we had against Leicester City, or also that, full 90 minutes that we had against Everton. Spurs could be too much for Newcastle.
Well, first of all, Jack, dealing with the score prediction from Dermot, that's exactly why Marlon wouldn't be able to handle the Irish air. But look, when it comes to what Dermot's saying in terms of Brennan Johnson out on the right-hand side, I agree with him. I think it would be a huge mistake to start this kid on Sunday. And the reason why I say that is last year when they pressed us high, Vicario was looking for an outball. And okay, there was Son and Werner, but he tried to hit Johnson the majority of the time because he's the biggest target in terms of height to hit. And he hid behind Dan Burn all evening. Didn't even want to try and get in front of him to compete for that ball. And we are going to need that option in this game for a period of the game to show Newcastle that we can deal with that press and give them a different tactic, and then hopefully start pushing them back by playing more of our shorter game. So I do believe that Brennan Johnson will have to be dropped for this game. Be also interesting to see whether Kulusevski keeps his place or Papa Matsar comes back in. But look, big game at the weekend, and Dermot's right. If we head into the international break with 2 wins and a draw, maybe the title talk starting section of the fan base might start coming out, Jack.
Yeah, it's 7 points from 3 games. Doesn't matter where you drop the points in that scenario. I think a lot of Spurs fans would take that 7 points from the first 3 games going into international break before the huge North London derby as well. We will need some confidence, and I think getting a win against Newcastle away certainly would fill plenty of Spurs fans with that. But everybody, really do appreciate you guys watching this video. Thanks to all these fellow creators for sending in their predictions. Do check out all their respective channels. They do go through the effort in the middle of their day to send these in to us. Thanks to Dave for editing this video together. Please smash that like button for us. Get in the comments down below, please. But we'll see you next time for the big game. Come on, you Spurs. In the big inch we trust. We never stop.